Dragon Ball Super surprised me once again. It was so obvious, but somehow I didn't see it coming. It was so simple if you think about it, but then you realize, like, wow, it literally is something you wouldn't expect too at the same time. So apparently Goku Black, from what we can understand, now this isn't necessarily confirmed from Goku Black. We don't know. It could still change at this time. But from what we can assume in this episode is that Goku Black was made thanks to the Super Dragon Balls. And he literally took the form of Goku because Zamasu asked the dragon to turn a body like a copy of Goku. And then make this copy of Goku an ally of him. A helper, a servant pretty much. So the answer to what Goku Black was all along was simple, but surprising, because with last week's episode, with the reveal of the immortal Zamasu, how he can't die, we all instantly knew that he had to have wished on the dragon to save him, for instance, and make him completely immortal. And then we never thought about what else could be wished for. We didn't think that maybe Zamasu might have waited another year, or a couple years, or however long, to be able to use the Dragon Balls once again, to be able to wish for Goku Black. We never assumed that he might do something like that. But thinking about all the, little items that was displayed throughout this arc, like for instance the time ring and all that, to the Super Dragon Balls, all sorts of things like that, it makes a lot of sense how this was displayed and how it's been in front of our face the entire time, we just never saw it. So, the outcome of how Zamasu wished for a copy of Goku, and then time traveled a year into the future when the Super Dragon Balls could be found, he time traveled and then wished for immortality, was pretty damn impressive. I wonder if he's wished for anything else. I mean, there might be other things that we're unaware of that he might have wished for. I mean, look, if he already wished for one wish, and then he time traveled once again, wished for another, he might have traveled again and then did something else. We have no idea. I mean, Zamasu could have literally used the Super Dragon Balls quite a bit to do all sorts of different types of wishes, so it's pretty scary when you take a moment to think about that after all that has been said and done throughout this episode. So, now we know that Zamasu used the Dragon Balls, he used the Time Travel's Ring, to be able to accomplish his goals. Now, what does this necessarily mean? So, Zamasu at this time, he's at the point where he is about to become a villain. He's about to take the life of his mentor, the person that has been teaching him to be a Supreme Kai. And he's about to take the life of him, which I talked about briefly in my last week's episode Dragon Ball Super Review. I said that his mentor is definitely in danger. Definitely in danger. And we get to see that that is correct. He is definitely in danger because Zamasu needs to get the ring from his mentor. He needs to become a full-fledged Supreme Kai, for he can do with whatever he wants with the future, for he can use the Super Dragon Balls. So he instantly wants to get the Time Travel's Ring to teleport to the future, to be able to use the Super Dragon Balls. Once he gets his wish, he's going to do it again, and then he's going to make himself immortal. That's kind of the goals he has set out for himself. Now, because of this, one of my big questions I have now is exactly the connection he has to the other world, Trunks' timeline, compared to the timeline he's going to be doing when he switches a year into the future to be able to wish for immortality in Goku Black. I have a lot of questions about that entire segment when it comes to this, plot development, when it comes to Trunks, like future Trunks' timeline, but I'll leave that and throw that off the table for now. The big point is that Zamasu, there is a likely possibility he could be stopped before anything is necessarily done bad, because at this time, you have it to where Goku, Beerus, Supreme Kai, all of them are there. They're all there right now, and the only dangerous thing I see about this entire part is that Supreme Kai is there. And so, if Zamasu wants to get rid of Beerus, there is a possibility he might target Supreme Kai and try to kill him. And if that does happen, since we know he's connected to Beerus, we instantly know that he'll probably die. And Zamasu obviously knows that. He's probably well aware of that information. So I could see something very bad happening to the Supreme Kai. Maybe he's going to get killed or something, or he's going to get attacked and they're going to have to protect him, because Zamasu's only option probably to get out of there safely, after he's probably trying to kill his mentor, is to kill the Supreme Kai for Beerus disappears, and it's just Goku there. And then, you have it to where Zamasu could just use the Time Travel's Ring, teleport into the future, and then nothing else can be done. So, thinking about it like that, that's probably where the plot might go. Maybe Beerus might have to do something to protect the Supreme Kai, or something else might happen, but something really, really bad is probably going to happen next week. I could see it definitely happening with Supreme Kai, though. Now, when it comes to the mentor of Zamasu, if he's going to die or not, I have no idea. I mean, there is a likely possibility he could die, because, I mean, to complete, like, the entire time loop thing, he's gonna have to kill his mentor to be able to become a full-fledged Supreme Kai before he can have the ring. And I can see it to where he might kill his mentor before he could probably, you know, teleport to the future, and then he could eventually start changing things around, use the Super Dragon Balls and stuff like that. I could see to where something like that might happen. But overall, though, the episode kind of brought up a lot of things, a lot of interesting questions and answers to it, and I really like the way this episode was done. Now, one of the big things about this, though, that I have to say, is Goku showed a surprising amount of intelligence in this episode, but also he showed a little bit more brain dead as well. So one of the big things that Goku forgot to bring with him to the fight with Zamasu and Goku Black was senzu beans. So, Goku, here's his story. Apparently, he went to the bathroom right before they were about to travel, and he forgot the senzu bean bag in the bathroom. Goku, my boy. Ugh. One of the things I don't like, honestly, about Dragon Ball Super, one of the big things, okay, is how dumb Goku is. Now, look, I'm not saying Goku's the most intelligent character of all time, but Goku had his moments. He had his intelligent moments in Dragon Ball Z. You cannot deny that. He had a lot of intelligent moments in the Cell Saga, Frieza Saga, even Buu Saga. He had a lot of intelligent moments. I mean, he had his goofy, wacky moments. I'm not going to deny that, but I don't like it how in Dragon Ball Super, they're really making Goku seem dumbed down. A little bit stupider than I felt like he used to be in Dragon Ball Z. But, I mean, overall, though, besides that, I mean, I do like how Goku, at the very least, was able to figure out how Goku Black came into existence, even though it was probably a wild guess, and he probably just instantly thought of it. I'm just glad, at the very least, some intelligence came back, and I'm glad it was brought up in this episode, that he actually was very intelligent at that moment. I'd like to see more of that type of stuff from him in future episodes, with him being able to actually be intelligent instead of goofing around or something. But overall, though, episode of Dragon Ball Super was a very good episode. Can't wait to see what happens next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.